Welcome to another lecture, an immersive journey into the world of knowledge and inquiry. I'm Professor Alexei, and joining me is the brilliant Priyanka. Together, we'll uncover fascinating stories from various fields, blending academic exploration with a touch of dry humor.
Hi everyone, I'm Priyanka, and today we're diving into the remarkable career and achievements of Lou Gramm from the band Foreigner.
Let's get started. You see, Lou Gramm is often considered one of the most successful rock vocalists of all time, known for his powerful voice and dynamic stage presence. Fundamentally, he became the frontman of Foreigner, a band that achieved extraordinary success in the late 20th century. From a more philosophical standpoint, this story involves not just individual talent, but also the fascinating dynamics within the music industry, where creative partnerships contribute significantly to a musical group's trajectory.
I'm curious about how these partnerships work in bands. Like, how do they influence the success or failure? And maybe, can they lead to misunderstandings within the industry?
Indeed, Priyanka, it's crucial to understand the nuances of such relationships. With Lou Gramm and Mick Jones, the collaboration within Foreigner illustrates how contrasting artistic visions can both spark creativity and result in tension. Yet, despite these disagreements, their partnership led to seminal rock classics, setting a precedent for band dynamics in the industry. This brings us to Gramm's impact on music as it evolved, both in Foreigner and through his solo ventures.
So, Lou Gramm wasn't just about group success. He also made his mark solo, right?
Precisely. While Gramm's contribution to Foreigner laid the groundwork for his fame, his ventures beyond illustrated his artistic versatility. Being inducted into both the Songwriters and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame underscores his individual legacy. Now, let's explore some basic facts and historical markers that helped shape his illustrious path. First, let's consider Gramm's early life, rooted in music. His parents, deeply musical, cultivated his talents from a young age. This background, along with an initial interest in teaching and art, laid a multifaceted foundation that would later flourish on the rock stage. Interestingly, did you know that Foreigner began as Trigger? The name evolved to align with their vision of a group transcending national lines, a fitting identity for their international appeal.
That's interesting. And it also makes me wonder how essential their name was to their identity as a band.
Indeed. Now, moving forward through history. Born in 1950, Gramm joined Foreigner in 1976, a pivotal move that saw the band rise to chart-topping heights. In 1997, after a significant health challenge with brain surgery, Gramm exemplified resilience by continuing his career. This determination speaks volumes of the human spirit. Reflecting on these elements parallels my own academic experiences, where creative tension and collaboration often drive surprising progress. Like Gramm and Jones, I found that diverse perspectives, while challenging, often yield richer results. This logically leads us to the grand questions that envelop this iconic figure. Let's transition to another aspect. The first big question: what catalyzed Foreigner's early success? It's important to understand that the band's 8 singles in the Billboard Top 20 was a monumental featuring, not seen since the Beatles. This success was, arguably, due in part to the vibrant multicultural composition of the band, enhancing their universal melodic appeal.
I'm wondering, how did the band's diversity affect their music?
Well, you see, these diverse elements formed a sonic tapestry inviting to various audiences. Such diversity can often lead to innovative blends of style and sound, appealing to a wide demographic. Now, let's proceed to the next point. Second question: how did Gramm's solo ventures impact his career? In 1987, his solo album Ready or Not revealed deeper layers of his artistry. While his solo work didn't eclipse his time with Foreigner, it provided a canvas for personal expression, illustrating the freedom inherent in solo exploration.
How was his solo work received by fans and critics?
For the most part, critics appreciated the artistic breadth of his solo projects. They praised the authenticity and vigor within his work, highlighting how stepping beyond band constraints allowed him to diversify his musical approach. Speaking of diversification, this leads us to an intriguing hypothesis. Our final question: what if the unreleased recordings with Mick Jones were made public? Such recordings carry the weight of potential transformation for musical legacy. Industry speculation suggests these tracks could add a rich narrative to Foreigner's story.
Why do you think they chose not to release these songs?
That remains a mystery. It's possible that the compositions didn't align with the band's evolving style. Or, the documents could signify personal sentiments not meant for public ears. This brings us to the broader necessity for further research to understand band dynamics and unreleased works. In conclusion, Lou Gramm's story is emblematic of profound talent and enduring inspiration, both with Foreigner and individually. He's left an indelible mark on rock music. Whether revisiting beloved classics or introducing new material, his legacy endures.
And there's so much more to explore, like the evolution of rock and how band dynamics influence the sound. We should continue investigating how these elements shape music.
Indeed, these are topics for future discussions. Thank you all for tuning into another lecture. We hope your curiosity is piqued, inspiring further exploration.
Thank you, everyone. It was great having you with us.